Ladies and gentlemen, the Adult Baby Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 178. I am B.
And I'm Andrew.
Wow, I'm the only baby left. What's up, guys? So yeah, we have a special. I guess you're a guest co-host. I don't know what you are.
Does it matter?
It doesn't at this point. We missed last week. Let me go
You
back.
missed last week?
We missed last week. You know,
How often do you miss a week?
we didn't miss a week in a long time, and then we missed 1 week, and it's like, all right, now I'm good to. We're very lax about it. It's the summertime.
You're allowed to miss a week? They just let you?
Yeah.
All your fans?
All the fans. Well, here's the problem. This past week, I had to do. We usually record on Tuesdays. Chris is gone. He's back in Serbia. So we want to get one last podcast in with Chris. Chris couldn't record on Tuesday. A month ago, I had made plans to do another podcast on Monday.
What podcast?
It's called Sanity is Overrated.
Whose podcast is that?
It's Can you be a little more professional first
I'm
of all?
sorry. I'll suck it back.
Sanity is Overrated is former guest of the podcast, Rob McCaffrey. You don't know him. He's not a comic. But he started his own podcast. After he came on ours, he started his own podcast. And I did his podcast. So I was thinking that Tuesdays were free and or Mondays were free, and then Chris said, we're changing, and I forgot that I had this scheduled. So there we go. We missed it, and then I didn't get. We weren't able to get together for the rest of the week. So now this week we're all set. Chris is gone, unfortunately. He's gone to Serbia once again, as he does, and we were all good. I had asked you to.
When you imagine Serbia, what's the image in your mind?
Like blocks of concrete. Angry men.
I imagine a Modern Warfare 2 map. I don't know anything about
I
Serbia.
don't either. I hear it's beautiful, but in my mind, it's not.
And I imagine just bugs.
Big bugs?
Just like spiders and scary things.
I don't. He says it's beautiful. I don't know what's going on over there.
I believe him.
He couldn't wait to get out of here. He could not wait. Like, a few weeks into him being back in New York, he's like, I gotta go. Which is crazy to me.
There's some incentive he has back there that he's not telling anyone
Yeah,
about.
there's something going on. We don't know. Listen, we talk about this all the time. We don't know what Chris does for a living. We know nothing about him.
Yeah, you know what? He goes back, and then he's like, thank God I'm back. And he goes into a massage parlor and they hang him upside down and give him a rub and tug.
It could be that. He's a mystery man. I know he works with podcasts, but I don't know. I mean, he works with this rinky-dink podcast. I don't know what other ones he does, but that's what he does. He's able to work from over there. So anyway, today I have you to come in and do the podcast, and I mostly booked you because I wanted you to set up our cameras again because I don't know how to do that.
Speaking of which, we're definitely recording, right? It says at the bottom you can see how long we've been recording for.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
I'm going to ask you every now and then just to see the life exit your body.
Did you see me get really nervous?
Yes.
It's been a rough day. So I asked you to come on, and then today Chick texted me, and he's like something came up. He's got to babysit. It's always something. This guy is such a nightmare in my life. Do you know he gives me agita, stress. So I've been dealing with this blood pressure issue. I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
Been dealing with this blood pressure issue. I have to get my blood pressure in check for my job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So about a month ago I go, and it's a quick little. If you drive a truck now across state lines, you have to get a medical card that says you're not gonna crash and I don't know. Stroke out. I don't know what the deal is. So a month ago I tried to get this medical card and my blood pressure was through the roof. I go to my doctor. He puts me on blood pressure medication, which I stopped taking because I thought it was making me dizzy.
That's why you stopped?
Yeah. I get very much in my head with stuff.
You're always worried about passing out and getting dizzy.
Yeah, that's a big thing to me. You're very gassy tonight.
I'm drinking a Pellegrino and a Modelo at the same time.
2 very fancy drinks. Did you eat before you got here?
I ate at like 5.
Oh, okay, so you
it's
might
like-
need to eat afterwards?
Yeah. I'm in between meals right now.
Okay. You're always in between. So anyway, a month ago I do this stupid blood pressure thing. It's high. They won't give me the medical card. So now my job is giving me a problem. I have, because I cross state lines. So now they're keeping me on. It's a whole problem for me, okay? It's a real, plus I should get my blood pressure in order, you know?
Yes.
It should be something
I'm
like,
glad that they're punishing you for something so you get it done.
yeah, I'm getting it done. So I've been on this blood pressure medication for a month. I've been testing my blood pressure regularly, and it went down, and it's good. So today, I make the appointment. I'm going to go today. I'm going to get it taken care of. All right? I go over there. I test my blood pressure before I go. It's perfect. It's normal. All right? I drive over to the place. I'm in the park. I bring the blood pressure cuff with me. I check my blood pressure in the parking lot. It is through the roof again.
Were you nervous?
Yes. Yes. I just get nervous. So
Were you nervous the first time that they took your blood pressure?
I'm always nervous. But it probably still was high.
Yeah.
Because they gave me a second chance. They're like, all right, take a few deep breaths, and, we'll do it again. You've been around me when I'm nervous.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not fun for anybody.
No.
So,
But I understand it because I get like that too.
do you?
Just about different things.
What do you get nervous about?
I always just think I'm dying.
Oh, I always think I'm dying. I think for sure
That's
I'm
my
dying.
main anxiety. I usually just
Death?
think that I'm dying
Yeah.
or I'm getting sick. The other day I had diarrhea
Yeah.
and I just had a panic attack that I could not escape. You get panic attacks?
I do. Not as bad as I used to, though. I used to have panic attacks where, like at red lights, I was, if I was at a red light in my car, I would lose my mind, like I had to get out of there. Like I felt like I was trapped. It was crazy.
Yeah. I like my panic attacks. It makes me feel like I'm sick. Like I get shaky and I get weak.
You get flu-like symptoms from panic.
Not flu-like, but I can create it in my mind.
Yeah.
I can create whatever symptom that you can imagine in my mind.
That's the problem with the brain. Is it moves. It's so powerful. A couple of
Well, I mean, like
geniuses like us.
yeah.
Our minds are just too much. So going into this thing, I was already freaking out. So I go there and I walk into it's like one of the walk-in clinics or whatever it is. Is that the right word?
Like an urgent care?
An urgent care. That's the right word. And it's packed. Last time I went there, there was nobody there, and they made me fill out the whole form. It's like 5 pages of nonsense.
Yeah.
I fill out the forms, which is
Why didn't
already...
why didn't you go to the doctor that you saw the first
Because
time?
this is where they do. It's like a special DOT medical card that they do there
At urgent care.
at urgent
Okay.
care. Yeah, so it has to be like a certified place.
Yeah, they're like, let's have the worst doctors
The
in
worst.
the world do this.
It's the worst. I don't
it feels
trust.
like it feels like you're in a 7-Eleven.
It really does.
That does medicine instead of Slurpees.
If you're a doctor and you're working at an urgent care, what went wrong? That's what I want to know.
It feels like they are a place that hires doctors who are also ex-cons.
Yes. I don't feel good. I've gone there a few times now, and every time I walk out like I don't like what I just dealt with.
I feel like when I'm there that I could correct them and be right.
If you just give them like no, I don't think that's the right.
Like I feel like when I'm in there, they're on WebMD.
That's what they do. They close the door and they look up what your symptoms are.
Because when you're doing IT stuff, it's like the IT guy knows computers and stuff.
Right.
But it's like if you're having a specific problem, they Google search what the problem is and then they fix it through that.
And they tell you. And then if it's a little too much, they're like, you should go to your real doctor because that's out of our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
We can't handle it. I'm
There-
sitting there in the waiting room. There is a line of kids coming in with COVID-like symptoms. And you know I'm terrified of that. That's not going to do good for my blood pressure.
Yeah, you don't like kids.
I don't like... Dude, there's one kid comes in, and it's one... I'm listening to everybody, and they're like, yeah, it's... we want to get a rapid test. A line out the door. And I'm like, I shouldn't be here. Why are these children in here? One kid had their mask off and is like sneezing into it.
Okay, well, sneezing is fine.
Not to me, it isn't. I don't like
Sneezing's not COVID.
the new variant. It could be.
I don't think so.
Is that a thing of COVID?
Yeah.
By the time I get in there, it's like a half hour, and the guy does my blood pressure, and of course it's high, and I freak out on this guy. I rip off the cuff. I said. Let me go back. Right before I do it, I get a text. This is why I started talking about this. Right before I do it, I get a text message from my good pal Chick, former member of the Adult Babies, as far as I'm concerned.
Woo!
No, I'm kidding. And he texted me and calls me, and he's telling me you can't do it tonight. And then right there, I'm like, why? Like that starts to like stress me out, and I can feel my blood pressure going up. Of all times in the day where I'm like, I have to be the calmest and most relaxed, he texts me and tells me he can't record tonight.
Yeah.
So that stresses me out. Blood pressure's through the roof. I ripped the cuff off the poor medical guy, and
this isn't even the doctor.
No, he was a very nice guy. He's like, sir. Like, and I'm not an angry person, but when somebody is like putting their hand out and like, sir, please, sir, like, I'm like, all right, well, but I can't go back from. Do you know what I mean?
Did your voice start shaking when you get mad?
It could.
Just go like,
No. In
trembling?
some situations, if it gets to a certain point, but I know
I'm not cool when I'm angry. Like,
nobody is.
Like I'm like, oh, stop it. Stop it now! Like, shut up!
Nobody's cool when they're angry.
Some people are cool. Okay, not so much. Intimidating, yes.
Yeah, but they all look stupid to me. I tried to have a joke about it. Like, I remember people were just so angry at Kanye West for some reason, and it just looked so stupid to me. It's like, all right, who cares? Like, people just lose their mind over something, and it's like that. Like, I lose my mind over stuff too.
I was at Philly Pretzel Factory today, and there were two people having an all-out brawl. Like
inside, like
it was this woman and this man. The woman drove a Jeep Grand Cherokee. The man drove a Ford F-150.
Okay.
And
I'm on the Jeep side already.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, but like, if you saw her, you would, like, I think she was probably right, but I hated her.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I don't know what it is, but like, when you see a man and a woman fight verbally, you want the man to win, kind of. You're like, I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe that's not true all the time. I think that it's like, this woman.
So you like men to like.
Win verbally, but not physically.
Okay.
Like sometimes you're like on their side. Like there's just something inherently that you're like, she's probably being stupid, which isn't very.
But he's probably being.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you how they got.
This
was road rage induced.
Oh.
Yes.
Whoa. Road rage induced that ended up at the Pretzel Factory?
This woman cut this guy off to go to the same place, which was the Philly Pretzel Factory.
Get out of here.
Which is like, they're like, and it's so funny because like. You ever see two people fight? This would happen a lot when I was working at Starbucks. Two people are in an argument, and then they're like, yeah, I need 10 rivets with I need a bag of rivets, which are their little
tiny pretzels.
Tiny pretzels.
I've never had a rivet. I'm sure I have.
They're not good.
Pretzel nuggets.
This place is bad, and I know it from stealing a lot of pretzels from there that people ordered because they used to put it in a container that like was just like out. So
What do you work for a company that you steal this from?
DoorDash.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're a DoorDash guy, and you steal food.
And I steal people's food. But they're not that good. They're not buttery. They're not delicious.
Okay.
It's just plain pretzel.
They're just regular
Yeah.
How's their dipping sauce?
I haven't tried their dipping sauces because it's hard to steal a dipping sauce.
It's hard.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're an Uber driver or Uber Eats, whatever you do, DoorDash, you could steal a pretzel, but you can't dip.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a little too far.
Yeah, especially if it's a more gelatinous sauce. So it's like, imagine like you dip a fry, that might stay there for a while.
It's gonna stay there.
If it's like a cheese sauce, you might be able to shimmy it out, but like then you're like, this is not worth the effort.
Right. Yeah. No, I get you. I don't know what's going on with your burping, but it's becoming a thing.
It's funny to burp.
I feel like, are you doing this on purpose? What are you doing?
Well, I'm drinking.
Are you trying to sabotage my podcast? I'm already 2 men down.
Well, you got me now.
Oh, good.
But these two people were fighting, and he's like, you cut me off. He's like, you cut everyone off, because there's, I guess, a line of people like getting there, and like,
How many people are going to the Pretzel Factory?
just two. It was just these two.
Just these two
They're just specifically these two,
maniacs.
just two people, and they get it. They both park, and they're both like, "Fuck, we both have to go get pretzels now." So they're fighting, but they're also like, yes, I needed like 6 regular pretzels with the cheese sauce, and could you not too much salt? And then they're like, "You're an idiot. You're stupid." This woman goes, "You're being stupid, and I don't talk to stupid."
Wow.
But this guy was like, he was like, how do I explain him? American flag shirt.
Yeah,
man?
yeah, I got it.
Like,
You don't have to
like
explain
4th of
any
July mad.
Yeah, yeah. What's the age range here?
Probably late 40s for the guy, early 50s for the woman.
Okay, all right. If I ever get into any type of altercation while I'm driving, and I end up going to the same place, because I have worried about that before. Because have you ever? I don't get into a lot of by altercation on the road. It's a beep of a horn and like a throw up of the hand.
Yeah.
But if I know like I'm driving to a certain place and I have to be there, and I'm like, oh, they're going to the same place, that's like a panic attack for me.
Well, I mean, look, the Philly Pretzel Factory is very specific.
How do you resist Philly pretzels? If you get into a fight, you have to go there, right? Like, well, I wouldn't go to the Philly Pretzel Factory if I was fighting with a guy or a girl.
I would just wait.
I'd find a different place. If he pulled into the same parking lot that I was going to,
I would do a loop.
Yes, and
loops.
I wouldn't. I don't get that.
You're not in the Philly Pretzel Factory for half an hour.
No.
You're not in there like inquiring about things. They have one thing in different sizes.
Ugh.
They have one thing in 100 different sizes.
So how did it end?
Like, he was just cursing at it, and then like he finished his order, and it's so funny because like the person who leaves first loses the altercation in the other person's mind, because he left, and then she's saying to like so it's like the people who work there are 12.
Yeah,
like they are. This is a first job,
of course,
place, except for the guy who's baking the stuff. The rest of the people are just like okay. And like I'm just sitting there. I have to pick up an order for Stacy P. She got 10. She got a small thing of rivets and 1 pretzel. I wanted me to deliver it to her. But
what is Stacy P doing with her life? That she's
don't know.
ordering the Pretzel Factory.
I don't know. I don't know why. It's a popular place to order from. I get it when
it seems like a good thing for a party.
I get it when they get a big tray.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. And then
small order?
And I get to have some.
Yeah. A small order of rivets?
Just to bring it to my house.
That's
I can't go.
crazy to me.
I need the pretzel. People love pretzels.
I like a pretzel.
It's fine.
But a pretzel is not something that I'm going out of my way to DoorDash to my house.
Yeah, it reminds me of getting like 3 bagels DoorDash to your house. You get a dozen.
It's such an easy...
like when you have enough of them, it makes sense.
Did Stacy P live far away from this place, or was it within distance?
3 miles.
It's not that far.
Not that far. Sometimes people can't get it because they're busy with things. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. Like there was a guy I delivered 1 coffee to. He gave me a $6 tip.
Mm.
It was a regular iced coffee, just one.
Just 1 iced coffee?
1 mile. I imagine
unless
that
you're
guy,
disabled, I don't get it.
I imagine that guy is just working from home, and he's just like, just someone bring me a coffee.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? I respect that guy almost. When someone has such a small order, I'm like, they're doing something.
That makes sense. All right. I don't look at it that way. Yeah, I forget that so many people are working from home these days.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But the pretzel thing.
But you never need pretzels.
No.
Coffee is like, this guy is just like, I'm so busy and productive that, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to just get the coffee to my house.
Okay, all right. You switched me with that.
Well, that's a specific one. That's like if someone also ordered like cocaine to their house, you'd be like, that's a busy guy. He's got to do things.
Do they offer that?
Not yet,
No,
but
they will. Eventually.
I'm sure. I bet you that there are a lot of people who don't know they're drug dealers who are doing DoorDash.
Oh, like the kitchen guy gives a little something in.
Well, you go
Think
like
that's possible.
you go like you order 16 Diet Cokes.
Yeah.
From this place.
And then they throw a little something in the bag.
Yeah.
That's gotta happen, right?
Guaranteed.
You think you've ever delivered drugs? You're a mule.
I could be.
Wow. You like DoorDash?
You're
on your way out, right?
Kind of. You know what it is? If I could just do weekends, if I could just do weekends, I love it.
Yeah.
Because you make a lot of you make enough money where you go like, this is good on the weekends. But if you do it on a weekday, today,
which was what I do.
Yeah.
You got me into it.
Yeah, but it's good for a little.
It's good for I like all I want.
You got to try it out on a Sunday.
I'm gonna do it on a Sunday.
Like
I haven't had a chance to do it on a Sunday.
Next Sunday you got to try it out, and I do all 3 apps at once, so you get way more offers. And like some Sundays I'll pull out like $300.
That's great.
And then I'm like, so like if I have when I have a regular job, like at Apple or something,
or one of
yeah, like then I'll make my regular wage, and then like on the weekends I'll be making that, like that's extra money. Then you just don't want to be doing it all the time because you are risking your car and you're putting wear and tear on it. Like it doesn't work out in the long run, but it's a great supplemental income. It's a great second stream of income rather than like people who work at the grocery store and at Target.
Yeah.
You're like, it's just never ending stocking. Like it's just this, you at least have like some autonomy. Like I like that, like someone could be like, you want to go golfing? And I'm like, fuck it.
You could take the day.
Yeah.
And do you try to make up the hours the next week, or you like just whatever?
As long as I'm hitting certain numbers, then I'm good.
Yeah. You mentioned something. When was it? On Sunday, when we hung out on Sunday, that like blew me and Chris away. Where I know it's so stupid, but it's like it made so much more sense to me.
Yeah.
About like we're having trouble, with people going back to work these days.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are blaming it on the what is it?
The unemployment benefits.
Yeah, the unemployment benefits. Your take is there's more ways to earn money like this stuff, right?
Yeah. I think that like for me it's like I wasn't gonna like I got an offer from Apple to go like work at the Apple store. I make it. If you say just Apple, people are much more impressed though.
Yeah, I think you should keep saying Apple.
Just Apple, not the store. Just Apple.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm like, I'll work there, I guess. Like it seems like they have a good environment, and then like when you get full time, you get great benefits. It's a good job. But like I wasn't going to work at Nespresso again and make $16 an hour and have to dress like a little candy man.
What did they make you dress like?
I had to wear dress pants and dress shoes.
Oh.
And I had to little power.
We got a little power. It's still recording though.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
Against all odds, the Adult Babies is recording tonight. I don't know. So they dressed you up all nice and cute.
Yeah, I had to wear a stripe. White
stripes,
white and brown shirt, and I would wear a little cardigan over it.
Oh my god,
it's humiliating. And
then
I sold little coffee pods to people who didn't care. Like it's just so degrading to work a job like that in the first place. So it's like then when you see you could do this, which is just like, you know what it is? It's so impersonal, and you're just doing a service.
Yeah.
There's none of the like there's no one to be like, hey, like you should do this that way. It's like just do it, get it done. It doesn't matter.
And then I think it makes sense, like you said that, where it's like a lot of people that work at the restaurants, it's like they could do this, and they're not going to go back to the restaurant.
Yeah, especially if you're not like
If you're not in a
the thing is, people who excel as a waiter
Yeah.
or excel as a bartender do really well.
Of course, yeah,
because
yeah.
they're personable and people really like them, and then they end up getting more tips. But people who are average, middle of the road, they're just like, I don't know.
Why would you? When it's just so much easier, and you're not set to a certain schedule, which is huge. You know, I don't know. It made sense to me that could be another reason why people are having trouble
during the
hiring.
pandemic. As much as there's this thing where people are like people are just gonna be lazy and like just get stuck doing the unemployment stuff. It's like I also think people found different ways that they wanted to make money.
Right.
Like it's just other ways. It's just I think a lot of people who are working as restaurants are the people who are having the most problem hiring. They're realizing that it's just like that's a shitty way to work.
Yeah.
Especially, I think like chefs and stuff were had the highest volatility for getting COVID out of almost any job.
Oh my God. I see chefs all the time. Those guys work nonstop.
Yeah.
I think I work a lot, but then I see, I go into a lot of kitchens. I deal with a lot of chefs, and they always look. They work all day and all night, or all night mostly. But it's crazy. They get more COVID than anybody.
And it can be pleasurable if you're in a good kitchen with like good people and stuff. But like right now, it's understaffed and all.
Everything's understaffed, and they're all stressed.
It's a really difficult industry. They say like 60% of restaurants fail.
Yeah,
probably more than that.
It's got to be so hard. How do you judge, like, what you're gonna? Do you know how much waste? Like, you buy food and people aren't there. That's a lot of waste.
Yeah, that's.
And I see that all the time with my job. It's like those chefs have to order exactly what they need for the next couple of days. And if people don't show up, then how long is that food gonna last? Unless you're a terrible place where you just like, all right, well, we'll freeze it, which I'm sure happens. But
yeah, like I always think about diners. How do they do that?
Diners is unbelievable to me.
They have 7,000 things, but really only the only things that anyone ever gets are Greek salads and sandwiches.
It's in like an 8-page menu. You can get whatever you want.
Yeah, and who's getting the fish there? Like, how do they have enough
Not
fish?
Me. That's insane. Like, what? How? You're right. How does that work?
How do they do it?
And it seems like everything is fairly good at a diner. Not great, fairly good.
I always thought it was better when I was growing up, and like as
I think that's
older,
the case for a lot of diners.
But I can't tell if it's my perception or if that's reality.
Yeah.
But perception is reality. But
is it though?
Your perception is your reality.
Yeah, that's true. I feel that same way too, but there was nothing like a diner when I was younger. But now I'm like, I don't go to much diners, I guess, now that I'm older. But when
the diner experience is still good.
I love the smell of a diner.
I like the smell of a diner.
What is that? Why is a diner smell that way?
I think it's a mix of French fries and coffee.
It almost like smells sweet.
Yeah, and the bakery.
The bakery. Oh yeah. I've never gotten like baked bakery stuff at a diner. Have you?
Yeah, it's usually okay. They have a place that ships it in, and then I think they bake a few select things there.
Yeah.
So like if you see sometimes they have like specialty things that they make there, and it can be good, but like at the same time, I don't know. It's just all of it. Every single thing you get at a diner, you're like, it all tastes home cooked.
Yeah.
In a certain way. You're like, I can make this at home, is the way I always feel.
Right.
When I go to a restaurant, I really want to be blown away. But at a diner, you're going more for the atmosphere.
The atmosphere, or just like you can just chill?
Yeah, it's low pressure. Their pickles are good.
Oh, yeah.
Their coffee is good. If you like that type of coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore,
I'm not a coffee drinker.
But I get a decaf. I
don't get that.
You don't understand why one would drink decaf?
No.
It's just
you like the taste of coffee, but you
don't I like the taste in a diner. It's not that I don't feel like it's the same as drinking like a Heineken 0.0.
Right. Well, I wouldn't want to drink any alcoholic beverage in a diner.
I know. I see people do that. I get a beer. Like I don't get a beer. I understand a beer.
I guess. I mean, I could have a beer almost anywhere, but
Yeah.
a diner is a place where I don't. I usually get a juice.
A diner feels like a sober environment.
It does. That's why I'm like, I'm not there to get drunk at a diner. Even
Yeah.
if it's late. Even if it's late.
Diner is one of the only places that you can hang out late at night without drinking and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I like about a diner now as I've gotten older.
Yes, 100%.
You can hang out until 2, 3 a.m. at a diner and not drink and still enjoy yourself
Yep.
somehow.
Listen, I'm sure I have had a few drinks at some diners in my day, but I just, it's not where I do get an unsweetened iced tea from a diner. Nice little lemon on top there. I like that.
Yeah.
Are you a breakfast guy at night at a diner, or were you, like, what's your diner order?
Yeah. Well, okay, so, like, we started going to the diner a lot, like, with comics.
Right.
I always just get, when I go late at night, especially if it's, like, if it's, like, an extra meal.
Fourth meal.
Yeah. I get eggs and potatoes. Like, I get 2 scrambled eggs and potatoes
Oh,
and toast.
okay, yeah.
Because it's, like, $8. It's, like, 12 after tip. And it is filling. It's enjoyable. And, like, you do... I like at a diner... I don't do ketchup with my eggs at home that much, but I like doing ketchup mixed with Tabasco on the eggs.
I always put ketchup on my eggs.
I mean, it's fine. I feel like if you make good eggs, it's not you don't
It's
need
not
it.
needed.
Yeah, they should be buttery and delicious and not need it.
I guess
And
so,
just need a
yeah.
little hot sauce.
I like a little hot sauce with ketchup on eggs. I think is fantastic.
But
On
the
an
ketchup
omelet?
and hot sauce is great. I don't know.
It's great.
This is my favorite omelet. I make this at home all the time. This
Okay.
is the omelet that
Give
I
it
can
to
eat.
me.
This is the omelet that I can eat every day, pretty much. I mean, I was eating it every day, and I needed a break. But
Yeah.
when I'm in it, I'm like, how could I not eat this every day? It's just, I put in a pan, onions and garlic,
Like it.
and then frozen spinach, a lot of it,
Frozen
and
spinach.
it cooks while it's there. Like it's not.
Okay.
It's
I'm not a huge
frozen.
spinach guy.
It's just.
But I don't. I
Yeah.
guess it's just not too much of a taste, right?
It's not too much of a taste. It's bulk. It's just like it's substantial.
Yeah.
So you do that, and then it gets garlicky and oniony, and then you put in a bunch of feta cheese.
I hate feta. What is feta?
How do you hate feta?
I don't know. We've had this conversation. I don't like feta. I don't know
Okay.
what it is.
Well,
That's why I say I don't like Greek dressing, because I think they put feta inside the Greek dressing.
they don't put feta in the Greek dressing.
We've had this argument before.
No, we haven't. You're
we
thinking of
have.
someone else. You have this argument. with
I've
someone
had
else.
this
They
argument.
don't put feta in a Greek dressing. It's a vinaigrette. You dumb,
No. There's
dumb idiot.
there's feta cheese like
Are you thinking of a thick Greek dressing?
I don't know, whatever Greek dressing I get at like a Greek
It
diner.
depends. They always do different ones.
It's always feta as far as I'm concerned.
But okay, so forget the feta, because what I also do, so I do that, and then I put in, then like I whip up the eggs and I throw them on, and you have to make sure that you're salting everything. You have to be salting the eggs. A lot of salt in the eggs. A lot of salt on the spinach.
Do you salt
Yeah, you salt as you put it in the egg.
in the pan?
No, you put it in the eggs before you.
So you do like
There's
a little
a debate on this, but I am.
Yeah, and I know
strongly-
there is.
I'm strongly for you put the salt in the eggs, so
So,
that way
like-
it's dispersed throughout the eggs. That way you need the eggs to be salty, otherwise they're too farty.
To what?
They taste too much like a fart,
Oh, is
like
that
sulfury. Like,
yeah. I don't like that type of egg.
yeah, I mean that's like an overcooked, like sort of. But if you put enough salt on it, it like diffuses it. I don't know what happens, but
Interesting.
it makes it much better.
But you do it like you crack the egg, you put it in like a little mixing bowl, I'm assuming.
yeah, just put it in a regular bowl.
The regular bowl, and that's where you salt?
Yeah, and
You pepper?
I
You
don't put
pepper?
the pepper in there, but I put the pepper on at the
Oh.
end. I don't see the need to put the pepper in there. I like the fresh cracked pepper on the top.
Oh. Is there anything better than fresh cracked pepper?
I have fresh. I have black and white pepper at home.
What's white pepper?
It's I don't know.
I've seen
don't
it.
know the
I don't know
difference.
what it
They use that more in Asian cooking.
Well, you're big into Asian cooking. What was the stuff?
H Mart.
H Mart, yeah. H Mart's in what, Jericho?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
because
mean,
I
I
have
have
to.
it in the city. It's the greatest supermarket you'll ever go to.
Yeah, I want to go to H Mart.
We'll
That
go one
sounds.
day. You'll lose your
Can we
mind.
take a trip to
Let's
H
do a
Mart
trip
soon?
to H Mart.
Um,
They're open till 10 at night.
are they?
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Half price sushi after 7.
I only do sushi with not a lot of stuff. Like
They have a California roll in there.
Yeah, I
you
can
get
do
it
a
for
California
$3.50.
roll. You know what I really like? A sweet potato roll. How you doing?
A sweet potato roll. I could see.
It's good.
Look, I people would hate on that because it doesn't have the fish in it, but
I know, but
I like. There's a sweet potato avocado roll. Great to me. I eat sweet potatoes.
I love those. I think there's something. There's like a little crunch.
Yeah, sweet potato, avocado, and like mushrooms. You don't
I'm not
do
a
mushrooms.
mushroom guy.
I'm gonna make you a mushroom dish that'll.
I know.
change
You
your,
said that you're gonna make me a mushroom dish. You're
gonna
gonna make
change
me
your world.
what's the other little tiny salty fish?
anchovies.
Anchovies.
I'll make you. I'll make you a meal with everything that you hate.
Everything I hate. Okay.
And then I'll make separately, just in case you don't like it, I'll bake you a sweet potato.
Thank you. No. What's the other seasoning that you have?
MSG.
MSG. Like you have MSG in
I
your
just
kitchen.
have a bag of MSG.
You have a bag of MSG. Do you buy that at H Mart?
Yeah. It's like $3.
And what do you put that on? You put that on.
Whatever you want.
You can put that on anything.
When you taste it, you'll recognize it.
You'll recognize it because
You'll be like, oh,
that's what it is.
like you know what's full of MSG? Doritos.
Really?
The Frito-Lay stuff. Yeah, like that's like one of the things that makes it so addicting.
Is MSG a addicting thing, or is it just a great flavor?
It's just a great flavor, but it's like I guess like there's something about it that like makes your brain go like I need more of that, but like you don't associate it like with the MSG. You're not like I need more MSG, but like I think when it's put on products like that, like they have scientists, they have the smartest food people in the world working.
That's
on
why people are addicted to
Doritos
McDonald's
and stuff like
all
that.
that
Yeah.
crap.
McDonald's, I think we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on the pod.
I don't know. Yeah,
but like
our conversations, I don't know where they have been.
Yeah, but I see kids when I'm picking up from McDonald's every day. Kids lose their mind when they eat McDonald's.
Dude, I remember being a kid and losing my mind. This like when
that was the first food I loved.
Begging my mom.
McDonald's fries, first food
my
a
God.
person loves. I think.
Oh my God, they're so good.
They're insane. It doesn't even make sense. And like as you get older, it's like it's still good, but you're like it doesn't make sense because when I have McDonald's fries now, I'm like this is good, but like why can't I stop? Like it's not that good. Like I've had better food.
It's
now.
not, and I don't feel great eating. I know it's bad for me, but like if I'm hungry and I'm like, well, there's a McDonald's there, 100% I'll go there because it's just like the convenience and the fact that I love everything on there. I love except the fish fillet. I'm not a fish guy.
Have you ever had it?
No.
I've never had it either, but I've heard it's great.
I'm sure it's fantastic.
I've heard it's amazing.
Like if yeah, I could do it. I'm sure. But dude, I could have anything at McDonald's. Anything. It's insane. Because as I'm eating it, I'm like, this is so. It's not even good. Like I could have good food, but that's what I go for. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing the hold McDonald's has on us.
Is that your number one fast food?
I love Wendy's.
You like Wendy's?
Yeah, I'm a big Wendy's guy.
What do you like at Wendy's?
I usually go like simple with Wendy's. I'll do like their like a junior bacon cheeseburger. I think it's a perfect.
Why do they call it junior bacon cheese? Doesn't it make you feel like you should be wearing like a little hat?
Yeah,
like a little propeller cap?
It should come in a little
and like glasses where the middle has taped together. Can I
You
get a
got
junior
your-
bacon cheeseburger and I don't know what else. I'm being bad today.
and a little frosty.
A little frosty.
It's perfect though. Like it's I don't know what it is about the junior bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But I think Wendy's has the best bacon out on the fast food market.
I saw them in the back, putting it onto like sheet pans. I think, and they bake it.
Yeah, it's real.
Like it's great. It looks great.
That's why their breakfast I think is pretty good. They just came back with breakfast.
Yeah, I had it one time and I was pleasantly surprised.
It's not bad.
It doesn't make you feel sick either. Like the McGriddle is like
It's delicious.
It feels like China made it to fuck with Americans.
Yeah, it's a McGriddle is fantastic, but that I'll want to go back to sleep for another 3 hours after I eat a McGriddle.
Have you ever been on the only time that I've ever had Burger King breakfast is on the road. Have you ever had this experience?
Same thing, dude. And
and you get a croissant. And you're like, and it's so the first bite is good because it's on a croissant, but by the time you're done with it, you're like, I don't think I can go another 300 miles to wherever I'm going.
It weighs you down. You literally feel heavier when you eat it. Again, we've talked. Burger King has fallen off the map. I think I'm done with Burger King.
But you've had the chicken.
I had the chicken,
and it's great.
I like the chicken. I did. I tried. The first one I did was the regular chicken.
Have you had the spicy?
And then I did the spicy.
You like it?
I love the spicy. I like the spicy better than the regular one.
Yeah.
And I usually don't love a spicy chicken sandwich, which I know a lot of people like. But this one was saucy.
Saucy.
You know, I like sauce.
You like sauce. You're a big sauce guy.
Yeah. So, listen to Want Beef.
This is turning into an episode of
I know it is. There's no way around it. By the way, we're recording an episode of Andrew Bergen and Neil Rubenstein have a podcast called Want Beef. We've talked about it many times on here. You guys know what it is. But we're going to record another episode tonight after this. So, stay tuned, I guess, next week. But, yeah, I like the chicken, but it's not something I'm going to go out of my way to order.
Yeah, but it's great knowing that there's that option.
That they do have a good thing.
It puts it back on the map.
I just feel like Burger King was much better when I was a kid. I don't know.
A lot of people say that. I think it's kind of that diner thing. I think that it's just like you had when you were a kid. It's like you had you had Wendys, McDonald's, and Burger King. You go to Burger King, and it was just another option. You don't really understand food yet.
Wendy's wasn't even a huge thing when I was a kid. There wasn't like a Wendy's on every corner like it is today. I remember Wendy's opened over by my house. Like it was there. I guess it was there. It just there wasn't a ton of them like there is with all the other ones. But now it seems like there's a Wendy's on every corner too.
My mom, this is something I remember. They had great breadsticks.
Wendy's?
Yes.
I don't remember. Did they have
a
Fixin's bar?
Like my mom would always go to get a Diet Coke. She still to this day always gets a Diet Coke. She likes the fountain Diet Cokes.
Huh.
Which is better than a regular Diet Coke by a landslide. But like I'd be like, "Can I have a food?" And then she'd just get me like a breadstick. A little which like just turned me into dough. But
I don't remember
but
them.
It's almost the taste I remember as being almost similar to like a McDonald's, Applebee's, or like I've never had an Olive Garden breadstick, but I imagine it's the same thing.
Okay.
You ever had the Applebee's breadstick?
Yeah.
It's just like a dough, like it's clearly frozen beforehand, but it's just soft, and as long as you eat it before it gets cold, it's good.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate a breadstick. I just don't know were they selling the breadsticks with something?
It was probably with the salads. Like Wendy's always had salads, kind of.
They did.
But it's so funny because I always think about salads in the past. Like when I thought about salads when I was a kid, it was just like iceberg lettuce, a tomato, and like a piece of onion and two like tiny julienne strips of carrot.
Yeah, not good.
With like just a raspberry vinaigrette on it. It was nasty.
I like a raspberry vinaigrette, by the way.
Yeah, but you didn't like it in the 90s, I bet you.
I didn't. No. I like it now that I'm older.
Yeah.
I like it now that I'm older. Have you ever been to a Roy Rogers?
I have been in the presence of a Roy Rogers in like a rest stop is where they live now.
They're only in rest stops.
And it's just fried. It's just like shitty KFC, right?
Well, they used to have.
I'm getting another beer.
Yeah. They used to have grab me one too. They used to have a sourdough burger there that was fantastic. That I really loved. But then my favorite thing about the Roy Rogers had a Fixin's bar, which every fast food, every place in general should have a Fixin's bar, by the way. I want to control my ketchup consumption, my mayo consumption, my pickles, my lettuce, my onion, whatever it is. That's what I want. Have you ever been to a Fixin's bar, for crying out loud?
It would be funny if I just left the apartment. and you're like, everywhere needs a Fixin's bar.
I'm just screaming to that did feel weird for a minute because you walked away.
You're also looking over here. You were like, they can see, like they know I'm over there. They can see me behind you. But you're still looking this way as if I am here.
If you really,
they know I'm not here.
If you're looking at the video, Andrew just walked away, and I'm staring at an empty couch. I love Fixin's. I love a Fixin's bar. Oh my god! But I do, man. I love a Fixin's bar. Big fan.
I used to. You remember Quiznos?
Of course. I love Quiznos.
Quiznos, great. It's good.
They're toasted subs.
Way better than Subway. It's just like Subway. I feel like the cost of a Subway sandwich, like, is for Subway is like not even like there's no money involved. Like I feel like they like bargain. Like I feel like the food is so cheap and gross there.
It's just so bad. They did their whole menu.
But if you eat it, you're like, okay, this is fine.
I've been okay with it.
When you eat it, you're like, this is fine. I don't know.
I've been fine with it. I've had plenty of Subway, but it's like I preferred Quiznos way over Subway. And another thing, sort of Fixins related, they had a little station where you could pump 3 different dressings, like a honey mustard, a red wine vinaigrette, and I don't know, maybe a barbecue sauce.
Why does it bother me that you could pump a red wine vinaigrette?
It should, but it was delicious.
What were you pumping it onto?
I would pump it into one of those little containers.
And then do what with it?
I would dip my chip. You ever dip a chip into a red wine vinaigrette? It's fantastic.
That's good.
It's not bad. And then they would have a little thing with the banana peppers, which I love. They would have pickles and maybe something else. It's been years. But I love the Quiznos.
Yeah, I like that they had the pickles there.
The pickles.
And the pickles, the pickles that they put in on like a...
I mean, all day with this. But go on.
That's thanks to Modelo Especial.
Yes.
But you know the burgers, the pickles that they put on a burger. They're called hamburger pickles.
Yeah.
They had them at Quiznos, and you could have as many as you want.
They were great.
I would just take.
I would fill up a little those.
It's Chick.
It's Chicklo. Should I answer it and put him on the podcast?
Yeah.
All right, Chicklo's calling. Hello?
Yo.
What's up, man? You're on the podcast.
Oh, all right. I thought it was done. I was going to see how it went.
No, you're alive right now. Anything you want to say for yourself?
Nothing. I just wish I could have been there today.
We all wish you could have been there.
All right. Call me when you're done.
Wait, can he do Chick's picks?
Wait, yeah. Do you have any picks for us?
Just do one.
All right, give us one pick. All right.
That's going to be tough.
Oh God.
Why do I have to only do one?
Because we don't want to waste time with you on the phone. All right.
Fair enough. You're right. I'm not there. I shouldn't get anything. You're right.
All right, come on, hurry up. Give us one.
There's a new documentary on Amazon about Val Kilmer. It's called Val.
I heard my parents watched it the other night. They said it was fantastic.
It is amazing. He basically carried a camera around from when he was like a young buck in the film game, and it's just pretty cool.
I thought Val Kilmer just got ugly. Turned out he got really sick.
Yeah, he's got what I'm gonna have.
Oh, okay.
He had throat cancer,
Diabetes?
and he survived the cancer, but the radiation did a number on his voice. So now he talks with one of those things where he's got to cover the hole with his finger.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So, that's my future. But next week, I can't wait to be back live.
Well, we can't wait to have you back, and we miss you, and maybe we'll see you next week. We'll see. You might have been.
No, you definitely will. I know you think I'm done, and I'm really not.
All right.
Bergen, thank you for stepping up big time for us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's no
We
problem.
love you.
Yeah. All right.
Come on again next week with me because I wanted to talk to you anyway.
Well, you could have been here tonight, but we'll talk to you later, Chick. Thank you very much. All right, that's Chick, everybody.
That was Chick calling into the podcast tonight.
Chick calling into his own podcast.
One Chick's pick is enough.
Honestly, that's all we need.
what was the synopsis there was not very good.
The best thing about Chick's picks is his synopsis or lack thereof.
I think that when you have Chick's picks, you should set up another camera that's set up over here with a director's chair, and he should put on a tuxedo T-shirt.
Oh, we're lucky enough to get him to sit on the couch for a full hour. I mean, he's
What does he usually do? Just rest on the floor in like a slime?
Well, he sleeps in his he watches TV in his car. You know
what do
I
you
don't-
think his bed looks like? Like, do you think? Do you know what it looks like?
Yeah, it's surprisingly very nice.
Does he change the sheets and stuff?
It's really nice. Because he's a clean freak. When you wouldn't think
okay, yeah.
he doesn't look like it, but
No.
he is.
Why are people who are clean freaks like that about everything except
Themselves. I don't know. It's bizarre, but he's totally like, he wears the same sweatshirt every day, the same sweatpants. He looks like he stinks.
Like he's bald, right?
Yeah.
But is he fully bald? Does he shave his head?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you gonna say? Because I'm bald too.
I feel like he should
Let it go.
No,
Throw it out.
when I imagine him in my mind, his head is not clean.
He's got a he is very different from me. For a while, I buzzed my hair on 0, and he took a Bic razor to his.
Yeah.
Like when he first went bald, when we first started shaving his head, there would be times when he would come out with just nicks in his head with blood dripping. It took a while for him to learn how to shave his head.
Chicks nicks.
Chicks nicks. More interesting than his pics. But yeah, now I'm finally I bought a buzzer from a friend of the podcast, Brian Dunn. Gave me a nice recommendation of another bald guy. Gave me a recommendation of a great buzzer that I'm
It
using.
does a good job.
And it buzzes me real tight.
Now, it gets very close without taking off all of the hair, right?
There's a little bit it's
yeah,
it's
but
like
that's good because it keeps it from being too shiny.
Yeah, I don't want it. That's why I did I would do a regular buzzer on 0 because I don't need it completely.
But that's not enough.
No, because then I saw myself from the back, and I'm like, oh, I got that horseshoe thing going on.
Yeah.
Ugh, going bald is I got enough issues. Bald too. Can I get something?
It's fine though.
Ugh,
At least you have the beard, You have a good
without
beard.
the beard, where would I be?
and it's a good one too. It's not like mine is fucking.
It's no
weak.
Pat Dunn beard. Pat Dunn is a great beard.
Great beard.
Shout out to Pat Dunn. We got to get him on the podcast. One more thing. We're going to wrap up soon, but one more thing I want to talk to you about. I found this out this afternoon. We didn't get a chance to speak. Am I in a roast battle with you?
Oh yeah, we're doing a roast battle.
What's
again.
happening?
Steve for his birthday is doing a roast battle. thing.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
Steve Rocco Perillo.
yeah,
Again, another guy I want to get on this podcast, but we
a
record
pillar
the
of the Long Island stand-up
Oh,
community.
He really is. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Steve Rocco Perillo. But he reached out to me and he said, "Do you want to do a roast battle with Andrew Bergen?" And my first reaction is absolutely not. I want no part of that. But of course, I have to do it. So
That was my same reaction. I don't want to do any roast battles, but he was like, "You can pick who you want to do," and I'm like, "Well, if I'm gonna do it, he's like, "Do you want to do Christian?" And I was like, "That sounds like fun." He's like, "Do you want to do Brendan?" I'm like, "That sounds like fun too." So yeah, I was like, with you guys, it's fun because you can really cut deep. But like this is the thing, this is what I don't like about he does a roast thing every year where you roast all of your friends.
right. Mm-hmm. Are you done?
I'm done. Maybe. Did you just pour beer on the floor?
On the floor, yeah. I can only do it with one hand.
Very good. So what happens is I always have a good time. I'm I enjoy writing roast jokes. I'm okay at it.
You're a great joke writer to begin with. I'll say this on record. I've said this to you. You're my favorite joke writer out here. You're very good.
And you're a good friend.
All right, go on. We don't have to start this roast battle now.
But there are ones where you don't know the other person's boundaries, or you don't
Right.
understand.
Yeah.
Or when you're going this guy, now this guy, now this guy. It's so crazy because you get uproarious laughter on good ones, and you get dead silence to the point where you don't just get dead silence. You get it's like a scolding because
Yeah.
when they were laughing uproariously the joke before, and then you tell the next one,
there's
and
nothing.
they go.
Oh, it's
That's
brutal.
different than at a show, if you tell a bad joke, you'll get some laughs because they're just in the flow of laughing.
Right.
At a roast thing, they'll give you nothing because it's like it felt mean.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like. So it's like I know, like with you or Christian, I know where the limits would be.
Where is the limit? Is there any?
It's weird because like there's very little, but it's like you just know at a certain point when you'd cross the line. Like you just get where that would be.
Yeah.
You know you can go as far as you want up until a certain point, and then you go like, oh, that would hurt his feelings.
I give you full permission to hurt my feelings. I don't.
Like like the same thing where it's like I don't know what would hurt my feelings, but like there are certain things where like if I just did a whole thing where I disparaged your nieces,
yeah, that would be mean.
You would be like that wasn't funny and it was a little upsetting.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things
I gotcha. Okay.
where you go like, oh, like that would upset him. Where with other people you go like if someone else knew you, they'd be like, oh, he has nieces. I mean, you'd have to have such bad. You'd have to have such bad. That's just the first example I can think of something that would hurt your feelings.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. When I found out about this today, it's funny because it took a good hour and a half before I even mentioned to you that we never even talked about us doing a roast battle. I guess we both found out today.
Yeah.
But when I was like, I'm gonna lose. I'm like, I don't feel confident, and I'm like, I don't even know where to go with you. I like you a lot. I don't know where to go with you. I don't know. I don't know. So it's
well, you gotta pick the things. I always think with writing a roast thing, it's like whenever I've roasted anyone, I roasted Dom Lamarca and I roasted Tom Crescenzo.
What's your record?
2-0.
Okay.
I'm
1-0. I beat Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom is just not a great opponent. Let's be as two people who have had this experience.
I thought I was gonna lose to Tom.
Yeah, but then you hear his jokes and he's an idiot.
I love Tom.
I'm kidding. I love you, Tom.
Tom's got to get on here and say his side.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for that.
But like.
So you roasted Tom and Dom.
And it's like two people that I love.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing.
When
it's
you
like
roast them, you go, what is something that like you have to look at it as if there's someone you dislike.
I know it's so hard for me to.
But
go
then
that way.
you know, like write drunk, edit sober.
Yeah.
Write with hate, edit with love.
I like that. That's good advice.
Yeah.
That's good advice for roasts. All right. So when is that? That's like in October, right?
October 15th, I think.
October 15th, Governor's Little Room.
Yeah.
Me and you, pal. We're going at it. And,
I think, but I was like, it'll be like I don't think I would accept a roast battle if it was like prepared up. But I was like, I could do I feel like that sounds like fun.
It does sound like fun.
I feel like we'll have a good time.
Yeah, because I do know you well. You're one of my better friends in in comedy over here. So it will be exciting. But I don't expect to beat you. The way you're looking at me right now, like
I don't expect you to beat
me. You probably have like 5 jokes already. You're like,
no, I don't have anything yet, but I'm looking forward to the process of writing the jokes.
I'm not, because I'll do it the night before, like I did with Tom.
Because I haven't been writing enough, and I feel like with a roast battle, it gets me into the writing groove.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But the thing with roast battles is like you can start planning a month ahead. You'll write all of the jokes you'll write 2 of the jokes on the day of, and 3 of the jokes within the 2 days prior to that.
Yes.
You usually come up with one good one that you're like, okay, that's a good one. Then write 35 bad ones.
That's exactly what I was doing for Tom. I was like, I told you the night before. I was like, I had all these ideas, but then it's like that last minute thing where I'm like, I'm gonna write at the last minute, and I wrote most at the last minute.
Yeah, but it teaches you how things are actually written. Where it's like, because when you're writing yourself, you go like, you like write something, you're like, this sucks. Mm-hmm. This sucks. But like if you had the same like discipline as writing for a roast battle as you did with regular stuff.
Yeah.
You realize it's like all that whatever stuff. Then when you turn it in at the end, like right at the end, you'd be like, oh, now I turn it into great stuff. Because it's like the stuff you write typically for yourself isn't as bad as the roast jokes you write.
True.
Where you're like, Brendan, so he always wears a hat, and it's probably because he doesn't want anyone to know that underneath the hat is an idiot. Like, you're just like... Like, these are the types of jokes you're like, okay, next joke. Like, let's just keep going. Like,
all right, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good time. You have anything else coming up you want? Oh, you're in the Laugh Off finals. Look at you.
woo!
You're a superstar.
It's so funny, like, where I just disparage the Laugh Off my entire life.
I know.
And I'm like, it's so stupid. And then you get to the finals, and you're like, look, it's a contest, and like some people get through because they bring people. Some people get through because they're great. Some people get through because they are the next great talent.
Oh, you're the next great talent. I could see it already. And we don't have a date for you, but yeah, you're going to be the Long Island Laugh Off at Governor's.
Yeah, we don't know what the date is, but
We
I'll
don't
be
know
in
the
the
date.
finals.
The
I'll be slanging jokes.
We've already had two people that won have been on the podcast.
Aravalo
Matt
and
Aravalo and Nick Tallelli.
Yeah.
I don't know who else won.
Grillo,
Grillo's
Won.
never. Grillo won?
apparently.
Wow.
Everyone always forgets him.
Yeah. We barely see
Monroe
him.
Martin won.
Monroe Martin won. Wow.
And there's one other person who won.
And that other guy. Well, we didn't have those guys on the podcast, but we've had a couple of them. So we're gonna be rooting hard for you. So
Yeah.
we hope you.
It's so much fun to do a packed room. It makes you
it's
feel
the
like an
best.
actual comic.
It's
Not like
dude.
some
I
dumb-
I got booted in the first round.
Well, it's because you were late.
Yeah.
And I learned at the next round, someone else was late, and they come out as everyone else is up.
Yeah.
Like, they come out and they go, okay, so he's not in it because he came late. So, like, all you guys have a shot, and they just look at the guy who came late. Like,
It made me crazy, but you know,
That's
it is
frustrating.
What it is. Listen. I showed up late to it, not because I wanted to. I took a half day at work, and somebody didn't show up, and I got screwed. So I thought, but I went on first, and I felt like I had a good set, and it was great. Like performing in that packed room of Governors, there's nothing better.
yeah.
There's nothing better.
It makes you want to be better.
Ah.
Because like, when you're telling the jokes, you're like, I could kill harder.
Everything lands.
Yeah.
It's like this is the way it should be.
Yeah.
This is
You're
what
like-
I'm doing.
And it's so funny because it's like 5 minutes without laughs, without like sustained laughter is like 5 minutes without sustained laughter is 7 minutes with the laughter.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah, we'll keep everybody posted on that. What day you're in? Hopefully you're here. You might be away, right?
Hopefully I'm here. Yeah, I'm going
All right.
away at the end of the month.
All right.
I'll probably have some dates in Vegas.
Are you going to be in Vegas? Are you going to be there for the World Series of Comedy, by the way?
No, I'm not.
Because you could probably get a spot out there.
I know I
somehow.
would love to, but that's not the dates I'm going to be there, I don't think.
All right. Well, do you have any other shows coming up soon?
I don't know.
Nothing worth promoting, right?
Nothing is ever worth promoting
Yeah.
at this level.
Yeah, that's true. You make a great point.
There are very few shows that I would want to promote. If I'm on a show that you put me on and I said that, I don't know.
No, I got you. I know. And again, I try to. I always I'm like, oh, I'm going to be here. Nobody ever shows up that listens to this podcast.
No.
Unless it's like my show.
Yeah.
And even then, barely they show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With that being said, I'll be Sunday with Fancy Cat in his backyard. I don't even know what that
They
show is.
rescheduled it?
Yeah, it's going to be next Sunday. And then, I don't know, I got something else coming up in the end of the month. All right, well, that's a great way to end it. Guys, this is Adult Babies. You know our good friend Andrew Bergen.
Why do you say on the outro the names again? Do
I'm
you
sorry.
do that every time?
No, I don't.
Do you go, this is Chick and this is Chris?
Guys, if you made it this far,
There you go.
we thank you. And rate us and review us. And listen to Want Beef.
Yeah. It'll be very similar to this.
It'll be the same as this, except we talk about nachos.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys.